So the chop phase continues. Hello, nieces and nephews. This is Uncle Charters. And when is this chop fest going to end? That's what we're going to talk about today. Let's go. So, before we get into this unbiased technical analysis, I do want to mention that we do have FOMC minutes this week, okay, on Wednesday at 2 p.m. With all this chop that we've been having lately, and I turn on my volume indicator here, you can see that the volume was very, very low on the SPY today. Choppy day, tight range, low volume. FOMC minutes might give us the catalyst we need to get some volatility. Of course, as a trader, I don't want to rely on these news and data events, but to get some volatility. But we're not market makers. That's why it's important we continue to stay level-headed. Tunnel vision. Stay focused. Focus on the levels. Focus on the setups. Focus on staying unbiased. All right, so you can see here on the daily chart, choppy day. We got a cross. I had the support at 393.5 and 395 to 393.5. I'm pretty sure, I'm confident I mentioned those levels to you guys. If you look at a 15-minute chart here, we had false breakout right here. Okay, broke out 395. That's that white line. Broke back down. False breakout gave us a nice level-to-level move down. To 393.5 was my next level. It went as low as 392.6. But here's the next setup. Wow, false breakdown. Triggered a nice level move. I had the level around 395 to 395.5. But 395 was the critical level, which gave us another false breakout. Okay, so overall, choppy day. Didn't show much, follow through on any of these breakouts or breakdowns. Very choppy. Okay. However, we look at these patterns on the 15-minute chart. You can see cup and handle pattern, guys. Cup and handle pattern, which is usually a bullish pattern. Okay. Now, zoom out on this 15-minute chart. It's nice to see the smaller time is good to see the small intricate details, But you look at these white lines right here. That 395 to 395.5 zone has been very critical. Served that strong support. Now serving that strong resistance. And it's been a magnet throughout this whole chop. Okay, so I like to see the S&P 500 break back out above 395, 395.5 zone. To be bullish, okay? Got this blue trend line intraday. You can see you have multiple touches on it, okay? Keep in mind, my support and resistance levels are based on the daily chart and the weekly chart, all right? But I got this intraday 15-minute chart trend line right here, which, it coincides with my resistance level based on the daily chart, which is a 395 to 395.5 level. Breakout. This is just add to my conviction if it breaks out to be bullish. That's all it is. Okay? Now, so yeah, 395 to 395.5. We can clear that. I'll be bullish. 397, 398.5 to 400 back in play, okay? And at 393.5 level, that's a very, that's a critical level based on a previous pivot low back on November 11th, okay? When I can't find levels based on fib levels or trend line levels, I look for previous pivot lows and pivot highs. Okay, I probably, if we could break down 393.5, that 390 would definitely be back in play. All right, below 390, I'll definitely swing some puts to the downside. 388.5, 387, 385.5 is zone to 386 zone. And play it, but the critical support would definitely be around 381.6. This is based on the support of the bear flag. Also, I got some new fib levels from October low to November high. So the 38.2 fib levels at 381.6, and below that, of course, would be 380. I'd be very bearish and favor a multi-day sell-off if these levels fail. Okay, But, overall, guys, we are chopping a lot. This is unfortunate, but it's not going to chop forever. You can scroll back and look at the history of SPY, and you can see we've had some times where it chopped, but it's not going to chop forever. And when that trend move comes, guys, I encourage you guys to be ready and unbiased. That's why we don't know when the trend move is coming. A lot of people is going to assume it's when FOMC minutes come, and that may be what happens. But it's good to stay ready, which why I make these videos, so we can stay ready and know the levels, know the setups, and recognize the triggers in real time so we can react to it. All right. So yeah, 395 to 393.5 was today's chop range. Hopefully tomorrow we can break this chop range. I don't even care if it's to the upside or to the downside. I just want some decent tradable moves from my members, for myself, for you guys that's watching, because it's tough to trade chops, if you don't have enough experience. Okay? And if you are struggling, definitely consider joining Uncle Charters' Discord. So, yeah, that's what I got for you guys for SPY. Chop mode. Watch for the break of the range. Maybe we'll chop to FOMC minutes. That's in a couple of days. But, fingers crossed tomorrow we can break this range and hit those upside targets. Or, break 395 and hit those upside targets. Or break down 393.5 without a false breakdown setup and hit those lower price targets. Okay, you guys got my levels. Please add them to your own charts. All right. Now, while SPY is giving us some mixed signals, QQQ, I'm looking at QQQ, to be honest with you, is looking a lot more bearish to me. Okay. Now, allow me to explain. Of course, my fib levels I got from August high down to October low. The 38.2 fib levels. The 38.2 fib levels at 284.88. Also, I got fib levels from October 13th low to November 15th high, and the 23.6 fib levels at 384. Okay? If I zoom in, you can see on this candle that QQQ treated that zone 384 to 384.88 as of resistant. It broke down 384.88 Friday, but just a few cents. Today it showed follow through, guys. All right. So while SPY is showing mixed signal, QQQ is showing signs of bearishness. So I can't get bullish on QQQ unless it can recapture that 384.88 level. That's always a chance that it does, and if it does, and you're in puts, I would cut loss and play it unbiasedly, because that is a false breakdown setup. A recapture that would be pretty bullish. All right, but as long as below that zone, I'm overall bearish on QQQ. All right, it's around 281.9 in the aftermarket, but so and also it closed at 281.89, so that make first resistance at 282.3 ish, with the 284 to 284.8 resistance zone very critical for tomorrow. Above that, and above 284.88, I got 287.7. Okay, very bullish if that level clears as well. All right, that is my 50% fib level from March 2020 low to all-time highs. Okay, but as of right now, it looks like QQQ is bearish, and as long as below 284 and 282.3, I got next support at 280.7 with 279.4, 278.3, 276, and this level around 274.9 ish, which is this white trend line right here. A break below that would be very bearish, because then this would be a false breakout. Okay, so as of right now, in the short term, QQQ is showing some bearish price action. It just needs to recapture some of those resistant levels that I mentioned to turn this around. Otherwise, we could see a lower low. Okay, Tesla, I've been telling you guys, I'm bearish on it. Tesla, ever since we broke down that triangle pattern, back tested it as a resistant. It continued to show follow through. I don't know if you guys been listening, but I've been mentioning that it's the price action is showing some bearishness. Okay, That was like $15, $20 ago, $30 ago, okay? Tesla's been dropping ever since. So resistant level I got is 169.5. All right. And if you look at the daily chart above 169.5, the next critical resistant level I got is that 177 level. Usually I would go to the left of the chart and try to find other pivot lows and pivot highs that I can use as support resistance level. Couldn't find any. So in that case, I go to a small time frame like the 4 hour, and I see what I can find there. We could find that a previous low right here around 174. Okay, so above 169.5, that's first resisted. Clear that. 174, then 177 is in play. A recapture 177 would be pretty bullish in my opinion and trigger more upside. Okay, what do I got on the upside? Okay, I got around 181. I got resistance around 185 ish. 192.4 ish. Yeah, 196.3 ish. Okay, but all those levels not gonna matter unless we can get above 169.5. As long as below, next critical support is at 167, 163.3 ish, and 159. Okay, guys, let's end this with the option flow filter for 500k premiums or above. Now, I mentioned that we had that cup and handle pattern. Cup and handle patterns are usually bullish pattern. Doesn't matter unless we get the breakout, which I mentioned 395 to 395.5 zone. But look at here. Apparently, somebody else is feeling bullish in the option flow. Sweep orders, 1.4 million, 1.3, over 5,000 in size. December 2nd, 403 strike price. That's pretty aggressive. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind. However, overall though, big money's pretty bearish on SPY. Big money's pretty overall bearish on QQQ, 75% there. And Tesla, 58% overall bearish on Tesla. Alright guys, so thank you guys so much. If you guys want more content for Uncle Charles, please consider joining my Discord. It would mean so much to me. Or you can subscribe to my Substack. I appreciate it so much. And I hope you guys have a very green day. And hopefully, no more chop and we can finally get a trend move very, very soon. Alright? Peace.